Yay! Tuesday is free tutoring day. Actually, yes, I'm available on Tuesdays, in the afternoon on officehours.io. Go there, sign up. I only have a certain amount of sessions open, and we chat for 10 minutes, and you tell me what you need free money and help for. Now, I've been studying free money sources for over 40 years, and I know I could help. Man, I know off the top of my head, I could give you sources, phone number, websites, for anything, getting a better job, fixing up your house, starting a business, or getting out of debt, anything you could think about, or even how to, business planning, or opportunities, how to create things, or do things differently and better. I mean, I love to help somebody. I mean, the most selfish thing in the world, I think, is giving, and that's what my whole work is about. I mean, I got to make money sometimes too, so I can feed myself, but a lot of it's giving it away, and that's why here on Office Hours, it's a joy for me to spend 10 minutes with you, and off the top of my head, take my knowledge and help you solve a problem in life. I mean, man, the options that are available we don't know because the options are not advertised, and I know these options. I've been studying them for almost 40 years now. I've written over 100 books on the subject, solved millions of problems for people all over the world even. So let me help you. That's officehours.io. Look for Matthew Lesko. I'm the crazy guy in the question mark suit, but I really want to help, and the help is out there. You just have to know where to go, and you have to know your options. Let me know and show you the options in life. How'd you love to make $1,500 doing nothing? It's not an internet scheme. Actually, it's something that's happening on the internet, but it's not a scam. It's real. You get paid now to do nothing. Actually, what it is waiting in line for other people who don't like to wait in line and have money. There's businesses now that do this, and all you need is a website, and they're a business. Actually, there's one in New York called Sold, and it stands for the same old line, dude. And they make thousands and thousands of dollars. They charge like $25 for the first hour, then $10 an hour. And people wait, they hire people to wait for 3 days for the new iPhone, or the sneakers coming out, or tickets. Or actually, there's a donut shop in New York that's very famous now, and they hire people just to wait in line to buy donuts. Man. And TaskRabbit, that's another place that has that. And they have a special division just for line waiters. So that's what I mean about there's so many ways to make money now that you can't even think about these things, and that's why it's just getting in there and out there and wondering how this is all done, and so you could think of these new ideas because they won't come to you naturally. You have to have your antenna out there, and that's what's happening too with the internet. It makes it easy, so people look for things. Hey, I need somebody waiting in line, and you Google that, and you'll find some company who take your credit card and hire somebody else to go wait in line, or you do it yourself. You go on Craigslist or start your own little website for people in line who standing at the Division of Motor Vehicles, because people have extra money. I mean, an extra $50 or $100, for somebody else to do something is not a whole lot of money to a lot of people in this country, and it could be to you. Man, another extra $100, for just waiting in line and reading a book, or a tablet is what it is. So that's what's happening. There's so many new things out there, ways to make money, and people don't realize you still go the old stuff, man. The world is passing by, and the old stuff will still be there. It's just getting smaller and shrinking and shrinking and shrinking, and it's no fun being someplace that's shrinking. What's fun is being someplace that's growing, because people are making more money than they know what to do with, and things are happening, and the growth, and people are nicer and happier and friendlier because it's growing. When things are shrinking, they're not happy. They're trying to fight for the crumbs, and it's Mad Max all over again. So watch for the new stuff. That's where the fun stuff is. Well, I should play a lot of golf. I still belong to a country club, and I went out there just to hit golf balls to see if I could still do it anymore. And just I like going on the practice range. I ran into a guy in the locker room there who was a pretty upper middle class guy, and he was telling me about how he has over $300,000 in student loan debt for his kids, and he's got 2 more years before the last kid gets out of college. $300,000. And what he's been doing is taking in students to stay at his house in the extra room to pay for all these student loans he's got. Wow! That's what our country's coming to. And it shows that the students that are graduating nowadays, I mean, like 40%, I've just seen data recently, 40% of these students recently get out of college are making less than $25,000 a year. That's not going to pay back your student loans. And that's why what's happening is college are overselling the importance of higher education. Now, I believe in higher education, but you got to be careful how you're paying for it. You know, and that's why now there's laws like this year over 4,000 students didn't have to pay for their student loans because the college is over, marketed how good of an education they're going to get and how much money they're going to make. And they're jimmying the numbers and the facts and the figures. So they were able to get their college loans forgiven. And what they estimate now is over 1 million people now are going to go and try to get this money and get it. So 1 million more people won't have to pay for their student loans. That's why I got to get this information this guy I met yesterday. Because if that college overpromised, what, or even implied what students are getting when they graduate, and that's how they suck you in, to do this. And that's why people are going and doing everything everybody else says or thinks or whatever, and that's crazy. There are options that you could do. And we have some ebooks to show you the options, the video tutorials. One is like the biggest mistake people make with their student loan debt. That's right. Do that. And then there's another one. We have 40 ways to pay for education and training that no one's telling you about, and you don't have to go in debt. Like there's programs out there from big accredited universities that you could get degrees for free online in healthcare, in high tech, or in business. I mean, people are coming up with very inventive ways. And if you don't feel you have to go to Harvard, man, there's options to getting a real education and not going into debt. But you have to know. And also programs like where the government gives grants to mostly like junior colleges and whatever for you to get 2-year degrees or get training in something like that. So we have 40 programs like that. Or there's another ebook we have on how you could go to English-speaking places around the world where they teach you all in English, and it'll cost maybe $1,000 a semester. Wow. Man, you're paying 40, 50 grand here, and that's crazy. And these are the best universities in the world. We're the only country that pays so much, and we get so little on the education system, except debt, it seems. So that's why there's going to be smarter ways, because we have over $1 trillion, people paying in debt. And by the way, if you have any problems, with debt, or the student loans or whatever, there's cops on the beat now, and they're better than cops or lawyers because they could take away all the students' money, the college's money that they get from the government. So you call the Department of Education Ombudsman, Federal Student Loan Ombudsman, and here's their 800 number, 877-557-2575. That's 877-557-2575, or go to their website. And it's just amazing how much money we're wasting on that when there are options. That's why go to leskotutor.com and you see these video ebooks, very inexpensive. Actually, the one on student loans, we discounted to $1. So for $1, you can find about all the mistakes people are making with student loans, for $1. And the other ones on getting, better value out of your education money, whether it's training short term or even degrees or even graduate degrees. I mean, it's nuts what we're paying for that. And I think we pay that because we're trying to beat the Joneses, or everybody thinks that they have to go to Harvard or something. Man, you need an education, you need to contribute in society. And that's what it's about. And there's options on how you do that. So the whole thing in life is knowing your options. Okay, I put together a report for you. It's about 15 pages, and that's just a start because I have links to a whole bunch of other sources for you, for your business in Georgia that you're trying to grow. And here's a place to start. I show you in your county government, right there in Walker County, they have a special office just for entrepreneurs, and they have some programs there, particularly training programs. So I would check in there first because you get money to train yourself, employees, and things like that. Find out about it, and actually they even may know other things. So locally, that's the place to do. And I have the address and the website number, who to contact there. Contact them, tell them you're a small business in the area and you want help. See, all these local offices and government and states and whatever, they want you to succeed because if you grow, you're going to hire people. And if you hire people, that means less people on welfare and people are supporting themselves and everything. So they have every motive in the world to help you grow your business. So in their local, so contact them first. Okay, the other thing too is I gave you the office of the local business development center. Now it's over at the college there, the Richards College, and they get grants. There's professors and other researchers over there that get grants from the government to help you with any kind of management problem. You're not sure how to market on the internet, you need legal help, you need accounting, you need help with doing financials or anything, you're looking for money, anything, PR, publicity, you want to sell overseas, all this kind of stuff is available and they're for free. So contact them, and if they're not close enough for you, I gave you the website there of how to find other ones in your area because there's a network all over the state of these that are getting grants to help you. And here's a listing of the things they say they could do. Okay, find sources of capital, budgeting, business, financial and marketing, business plans, certifications maybe you need, financial protections, government procurement, international trade, loan packaging, investment proposals, marketing plans and research, operation policies, procedures and reviews, succession planning. See, all this stuff that you would go out and spend hundreds or thousands of dollars on, that you don't have to because these people are trained, they're experts, they're not government employees. These are experts that are getting grants from the government to do this service. Okay, another thing is the rural. Because you're in a small area in Georgia, there's special programs just for rural development. Everybody's moving to the city, it's like China. They're leaving the country and going to the big cities to work in factories. Well, that's happening too. So we're trying as a country to keep jobs in rural areas. So there's special programs in there. And I show you who to contact in Athens, Georgia about that, these programs, and a listing of all the programs. And look at all of them, advanced biofuel payment. I don't even know what a lot of these things are. Distance learning and telecommunication grants, community connect grants, business and industry loan guarantees, manufacturing assistance program, value added producer grants, socially disadvantaged grants, rural economic development and grant programs. Man, see, there's 2 dozen programs there. Also your Georgia state government in Atlanta. I show you a listing of all the small business programs there. Contact them there. First of all, look at the programs. You'll see everything: a small business credit initiative, microloans, loans just for Atlanta, green loans, innovative entrepreneurs, rural business loans, angel investor tax credits, foundations in Georgia. See, these people there, again, want to help you. That's what they're there. Look at that website. Contact somebody there to see how you might be able to help. See, you really have, it becomes a people business. The internet is out of date, like books have become out of date. The internet gets out. There's so much on the internet. We're doubling our knowledge every 13 months nowadays, so nobody could keep up on it. So the best thing to do is contact somebody down there so you get somebody who knows all this stuff to get cut through it for you. What was interesting thing about the Georgia thing too, they have special sections. They'll show you programs for people who are women, minorities, veterans, and youth. Young people, like under 18 years of age. Look at all the programs there for young people who want to start businesses. Like Retire at 21, Young Entrepreneurs, Girl Talk Inc., Building Young Entrepreneurs, Youth Entrepreneurs of Georgia, Youth Biz, Go Build Georgia. All these, are just for young people to start businesses in Georgia. I mean, that's cool. Then I tell you about alternative sources of loans that people don't realize. I'll show you, if you're really interested in an SBA loan, I have a short video there, shows you how you don't have to hire an accountant or anybody else or a professional to find out. I show you who to contact, how to find out how to get the best rate for an SBA loan without spending, hundreds of thousands of dollars for, consulting services. Then I show you how to get a loan for 0 interest. That's right. See, there's a lot of money out there for people who are not real rich and need business money, and these are provided by nonprofit organizations or whatever. I show you there. Or also the community development banks. I show you how to find them in your area there, because they have loan money for business that is more flexible and less interest rate. And here's another one for low income entrepreneurs, another one, the ACCION, ACCION. And then next you download, there's a report that you could download that I gave you the link from here of all the major sources of money and help to start a business, because it's astounding. I mean, what's out there. I mean, you get someone to come on from a consultant for free for a half a day just to evaluate your whole business. You can get $5,000 to like go overseas and find customers. You can get government attorneys to collect on your bad checks that somebody sent you in a business. Well, here's another thing. I looked at the business you have and the products and things like that. They look like good consumer products. And what you should consider is getting government contracts. Now, a government contract is better than a grant. A grant is, you're lucky if you find 1, 2, or whatever, and it takes so much work and you can't do it again. But a contract, once you learn the system of getting a contract, you get it over and over and over again. That's what's cool. So I have videos there of who to find locally to get a government contract, and even how to get. They have grant money to give you to figure out how to get contract money. Wow. I mean, getting a government contract, what I say is like going elephant hunting. When you bag one of those, you got meat for a long time. My sister does that. She frames things for the government down somewhere in the middle of Virginia in a garage. $1 million of business, over and over again. So it's a wonderful business. Now, you're on the web, it looks like selling. I got another download there of 25 people that I've interviewed who sold products like you on the web, and how they've done it and the tricks and everything. So I don't know where you are, if you're on things like Etsy or Amazon and things like that, or even eBay. I show you people there explain how they do it. The most important way sometimes is learning from other people who are already done it. So there's 27 video interviews of people who have used the internet, and these people are wonderful. I mean, in 6 months they were able to give up their job, and the job they hated, and live full time for what they're doing. Then I also gave you 25 government programs in the state of Georgia to help you pay bills and expenses while you're trying to start a business. Okay, check them out. All the contact information is there. Everything from helping you pay your rent or your mortgage or your utility bills or your phone bills or missing money, all kinds of things. Go through that list, see what's relevant to you to go on. And I think I probably overwhelmed you, or not. But I think the most important thing to make sure you're not missing a lot of obvious things is that county office I gave you, your state office, and the Small Business Development Center. And then because you're on the internet, look at those videos of the 27 people. Now, we also get to talk about crowdfunding and things like that, because that's another source of income, and it doesn't require financial statements, doesn't require a credit check, knowledge, or anything. So when you get bored or you need more help, let us know and we'll get you into that. Hi, Damon, you there?
Hi, yes, how you doing?
Oh, great. Oh, what happened? The echo is gone. What was it?
I didn't have Google Chrome a minute ago.
Oh, I see. Well, yeah, no, it sounds great now. Yeah, because every time I spoke, I was hearing myself just a half second later, and I talk enough. You don't have to hear me twice. So you're trying to get your real estate going, right?
Yes.
Is it commercial?
Yes, sir.
Commercial or personal? What?
I would like it to be commercial, but I want to start off with residential.
Now, is this residential investing and selling, or being a real estate broker and living on commissions?
No, investing.
Okay, so you want to buy real estate and and turn it over, invest it, or whatever. Okay, well then that's a little different. I thought you were trying to be a real estate salesman and whatever. Then if I were you, this is what would be in my mind. Where are you located? Outside of Washington, D.C., right?
Yes, I'm in Indiana.
Oh, in Indiana.
I'm in mm-hmm.
Where are you?
Miller Beach, Indiana.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's about 20 minutes from Chicago.
Oh, so you got an ex-governor who's running for vice president now, huh?
Yeah.
Did you like him when he was governor?
Yeah. Well, you know what? I got to tell you, Mr. Lesko, I'm not so much into following politicians.
I see.
You know what? This is a capitalist society, and whatever they decide, we're gonna either have to go with it or go against it. But being capitalist, we can make a change for ourselves.
Right. Gotcha. Okay. Well, let's see. So you want to find property, get money to invest in it, and make some dough out of it, right? The first thing I would do is look at the programs that are available. Now, even in Indiana, there's probably 100 government programs that help you buy property or fix up property and things like that. And particularly, most of the good ones are at the state level, county, local government kind of stuff. I'll send you a report that shows you how to find all that on the net, free. Nothing. I have a little video that shows you how to go through the internet to find out the local real estate programs for where you live. And so that way you'll see, you could find what down payment money is available or fix up money, things like that. Now the other bigger projects, if they're bigger projects, I would think, gosh, the only way to do those is through, you got to have money bags. You can get money to buy stuff, as long as you bring something to the table. If you don't have anything to bring to the table, then you got to look for somebody to bring something to the table for you or with you.
Right.
Now, but see, I think you're in a good position to make that happen because you want to do the real work. People with money don't want to do the work.
Right.
They just want more money. Right? So, for you to find people that have money and don't want to do any work and want to get in real estate, then you're the guy, see? And now, yeah, see, and that's now, how do you find them? Now, I don't know, do you belong to places where rich people hang out, like country clubs and stuff like that, or you have a lot of rich friends?
No. Well, I got a lot of rich families, but I can't depend on them.
Yeah.
So, that would be no. But I can find out about some real estate investment clubs, and I can also join some angel investor websites.
Yes, that's it.
Where I can present business deals.
Right.
Yeah.
Perfect. And that's the thing. So if you go on Meetup, and I'm sure actually, what is it, angels.org or angels. There are thousands of people, and they're organized by state. You'll get a listing of all the people within your state, and God, that's why they earn a barrel, these fat cats, and they're really looking probably for high-tech startups, but, real estate sounds good too. You know, and particularly if you're a bright young guy willing to do a lot of work. No, I think that's. Do you know Meetup.com?
No, I never heard of that.
Yeah, Meetup.
Okay.
MEET. I'm putting it in the meet. I think it's .com or maybe .org. And you could put in your state, your city, or whatever, and see groups, meetup groups like that. But for angels, I think there's a bigger network. Let me send you the link to them, because I forget that offhand, what the angels network is. But there's a big national network, and because I don't think they're on Meetup. You'll maybe find some other angel networks there, but not the real big one. But that's it. I mean, I would think, because you'll learn more that way than anywhere else. And I'll send you about all the free, and subsidized money programs that are available in the government and nonprofit organizations and stuff like that. And particularly if you're local, it doesn't sound like you're in Chicago area, are you, or not?
20 minutes from Chicago.
Oh, really? Oh, so it is a super. Oh, good. So there got to be some fat cats up around there, huh?
Oh yeah. Bunch of rich people around New York. Chicago Board of Trade. You know that.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. I want to get off into the into real estate development, and you're right. I'm heading toward that way. I'm going to get on those websites you're talking about.
Yeah.
Mr. Lesko, make something happen.
Yeah, because that's, and I would just, I think the easiest thing to do in life is think you need a lot of money to do something. And you may or may not, but 9 times out of 10 you probably won't, and you pissed away a lot of money. So, and then, the work you had to do to get that money, is tough. And then if it's a loan or something yourself, so that's why, how can you do it without that? I mean, like now me, I know I'm wrong 90% of the times. Like I've written 100 books, and only 10 have made money. So, and that's stuff I think about every day. Man, I feel I'm the best in the world doing this, and I'm only right 10% of the time. Yeah, it is.
Well, I got a feeling when you're right, you win big. So. But you know how to find the money.
That's it.
You know
right.
How to find the money for that.
But it's hanging in there, and that's why if you run out of money, you're out of there fast. So you can hang in there longer when you're not spending money or pissing people off because you're wasting their money.
You're right, especially for real estate. If I can get off into some REO properties, that would help me out a lot.
What is that REO property?
They have so much equity. Real estate investment.
Oh, REITs. Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah. They might have liens, foreclosures,
Right.
But yeah, you're right. I'm going to look into these websites that you're talking about and work with some Asian investors. I want to help people make some money.
Exactly.
Not only me make money. Of course, I want to make a lot of money, but I want to help other people make some money.
Right. Well, that's the fun. It's all about giving, And I say, I'm an old guy now. How much can I give before I die? That's sort of the name of the game. Yeah. Sitting on your ass doing nothing. I don't think we're here to do that.
No, we're not. No, we're not. Yeah, I've given a lot, and I plan on giving a lot more, in life, so it's a great thing. And I'm glad to talk with such a successful man like you.
Well,
give me all this good
you're
advice.
kind, but I'm struggling just like you are. We're all struggling, man, in life. We're all guessing like hell. This is why I wear the question mark suit. But it's fun. If you're doing something you love, then you'll figure it out eventually.
Yeah, you're right.
It's easy to stop.
Well, I'm gonna stick with. And let me ask you this: When I go to apply for these grants, who should I have in charge of writing and obtaining these grants for me? Because I don't know how to write these grants.
It doesn't matter. Don't worry about that at all. You wait till you have the paper in hand. Tell you the truth, 90% of the money is just 4 or 5 pages fill in the blank. You know,
Okay.
and 90%, 80% of the money is not even called grants. They're just, that's the last thing you worry. That to me is like buying a prom dress before you're invited to the prom.
Okay.
You know, you want to see that, you want to see that application in hand, and you have a chance of getting it, then you figure that out. Because it may be only 2 pages,
Okay.
it may be nothing, it may be, you know.
Oh,
Hey.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of thinking, the lawyers and accountants and grant writers scare you about that, see? Yeah. You want to get a real application in hand that you have a chance of getting. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So, are you going to send me these links through the internet? I mean, through
Yeah, and well, here, I'll give you my email. Why don't you give me a shot here? That way you can, if you don't get something in a day.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Great. Okay. Cool. I'm a little bit early. I didn't know if you were ready yet or not.
Yeah. So, what are you looking to do? Something with real estate?
No. It's kind of a multifaceted thing, really. It's all about pizza.
Pizza.
I'm working on writing a pizza cookbook right now, which I think is going to be a pretty one-of-a-kind thing. I'm looking at releasing that as an ebook because I can basically do that for free.
Right.
And also, I would like to start a website specifically about pizza, which is another thing that doesn't take a great deal of investment. But I also I have a dough formula that I honestly believe is really good enough to sell in stores, and that's pretty much the biggest business venture that I'm looking at. And they're all 3 connected, really. But the dough thing is the thing that's really the biggest challenge. Right now, my plan is to go forward with a crowdfunding campaign with this. I think that I'll gain the best credibility for this by just actually releasing, my cookbook and showing the world I know what I'm talking about with that, at least. But I still need to have some kind of an idea what kind of how much money to ask for. Basically. That's why I'm working with the local chapter of the SBDC to put a business plan together, and running against these challenges of these insanely expensive market analysis reports.
Oh, right. Yeah, I remember now. You want all that data. Okay, and is that because of the SBDC wants it for a business plan?
They are requiring that. I mean, that's part of the business plan template that they have given me, but that seems to be kind of what I'm seeing at any other business plan looking at too. So,
Well, why do you need a business plan?
Well, like I said, basically, I think realistically, I really do need to know how much money I need to ask for when I do a crowdfunding campaign. I don't want to just get out there and act like, I don't know, $100,000.
Okay, so that
figures. I really need something to put out there.
But see, a business plan to me would be a lot different. If you're asking for money, you need to know how much it costs to do something, versus how many you're going to sell, and what's the market and all that kind of stuff. I don't think. I mean, I've interviewed about 700 people who've done crowdfunding campaigns, and I've done market research most of my life before I got into consumer stuff, and I have an MBA and stuff. And from what I see, I don't think you need a business plan. But unless you were going after investors to invest.
Yeah, I prefer not.
Pardon me? Yeah. So that's why crowdfunding.
I've learned from you and so many other people on the web that. There's absolutely no reason at this day and age to get yourself into tens of $1,000s in debt for anything.
Right.
Get
Exactly.
free and just get it going.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. So now the dough. Tell me a little bit more about the dough. So you have a way to make dough that you can sell to pizza places. Is that pizza restaurants?
No, preferably. I mean, maybe if restaurants would be interested in that. I don't think many restaurants would be
I see. Okay.
interested in that. That's something they can do themselves. You know,
But this is a consumer product.
Someone else do. My goal is to put a dough in stores.
I see. Okay.
I thought about this. I've weighed the option of either a dry mix or a pre-made dough, and I honestly think that the pre-made dough is the better option because, people have to be pretty interested in baking and pretty dedicated to that to really go with the dry mix. Whereas if you just give them a pre-made dough and it really, really kick-ass good,
right?
And you get
right.
that going. And I haven't really ever seen much of that at all in stores at all. I've seen these, frankly, pretty crappy made crusts that you can buy that are at room temp. I don't think are very good, but I would rather sell it something, like probably frozen that people can thaw when they're ready to use.
What will the book be on?
It's on pizza, but almost exclusively on crust. The section on crust alone is it's almost 80 pages long.
Oh, really?
It's pure text.
Well, to me, I'm wondering if there may be a two-step thing. In other words, you have a pizza book, right, coming, that maybe you do a small crowdfunding on the pizza book, because the pizza book then would give you the knowledge to get the more data you feel you need for manufacturing pizza dough and distributing it and all that kind of stuff, which is a big thing. And you got to have something that people will want, as a benefit for giving you money, and prepaying for a book may be easier than prepaying for, I get 5 boxes of pizza dough when you figure this out, and to me, it would also give you a lot of marketing information. Number one, you see how people are interested in doing this themselves. So, and maybe you can aim the book more at people who would buy the pizza dough. In other words, the best way to make pizza at home, no matter who the fuck you are, Italian or not. And so you understand that market, and then once you understand that market, then you have sort of beginnings of a market that you could sell online. So now when you say, I can figure it out, because just think if you figure, by doing the research, putting it in the book and finishing that, you should have a lot of data about how to do it, and manufacture it and the selling and shipping, I guess. But, when you think of it, if you get a couple hundred people to buy the book, then you have a couple hundred people maybe first in line that want to buy the dough, and now you have to figure. And then you could do that in smaller bunches instead of figuring out, I need, $50,000 to get the pizza fart machine or whatever it is. And you just bootstrap piece by piece to see what really works after that. And the book may even show you there's a market, and that would help you even more for a market for pizza makers at home, because what you're aimed at, right?
I've considered what you're saying, but in actuality, the book is darn near finished already. All I'm working on is the visuals. A friend of mine is going to start helping me with the photography, which is the big thing. I really need to finish it. So I would like to just get that thing done on Kindle and get it out there and kind of use that as my platform, my proof of credibility to the platform for the crowdfunding. So literally I'm the guy who's written the book on this. So help me get these dough in the store. That's kind of what I'm looking at doing. And I'm also looking at, making a website that's really, really, really interactive, really connecting with my fellow pizza addicts. This pizza company, business company I'm looking at is the name, Pizza Addict, making super interactive thing. But so I don't know that I really need to do a crowdfunding platform for the cookbook because I've got that almost done already.
But even that, doesn't that make sense? I mean, it doesn't mean that even if you're almost done is great because you could ship real fast and you may get, a couple grand or I don't know what, whatever you get.
Right.
And also it's a way to learn crowdfunding. Is that going to be your main thing? And you're not investing in the big enchilada yet on crowdfunding.
Yeah, I guess from the research I've done on crowdfunding so far, it sounds like they expect you to have something done out there already, and you know what I mean. And if with the pizza cookbook done already, that I have something to show them and give them as a gift.
Well, see, but I'm saying that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't think that's, everything is right to an extent. You'll find 5 guys who say that's right. Yeah. But I interviewed 700, and I'd tell you, 60, 70 percent of the people I've interviewed never even been in the fucking thing they've done. That crowdfunding is such a new thing. It's where people have no experience or doing things, I talked to a young guy who wanted to put old cell phones in the jungle in the Amazon. He didn't know shit about it. And it tracked down people sawing down trees in the Amazon. It called the tree police. And people who God, my boss, couldn't get out of bed, and we designed something for him to get. Let's put that on Kickstarter. So many people learn themselves. I don't think the people who are investing in Kickstarting, to me, or crowdfunding, are on the forefront of things. They're not going to Apple to get another Apple product, so you're good at that shit. It's some guy who has a good idea. Who was it? But I mean, I'm wrong a lot of times. But don't trust me in anything.
Well, we've got about 30. We've got about 30 seconds before we wrap it up. Do you know of any place to get free or cheap market analysis reports, just in case I need it?
God, free market analysis support. It depends on the market. What is the market you're looking? Email me or here. Tell me the market, and I'll show you where to get that data. I think the answer is yes. I have to understand more about that, okay?
Your session has ended. Please take a moment to rate this session.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
You betcha.
Okay, cool. We did it.
Okay. So now you're looking for market data, not for frozen pizzas, but just frozen pizza dough?
Yeah, or refrigerated. I mean, that's the closest equivalent there really is that I can see. There's not much on the market, I don't think, that's like what I want to be doing.
Which is frozen pizza dough or not?
Yeah, or refrigerated, probably frozen for better, shelf life, longevity. I don't really see anything else out there like that.
And if there's nothing much out there, why would market data on that be of interest? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do know what you mean. It is kind of a conundrum, so I'm not really quite certain what to do about that. But at any rate, even the closest equivalent to it, the report's going to cost thousands of dollars.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if it's just for a market study that you're really not sure what that's going to do, unless you were looking for someone to give you, millions or something like that, it seems like.
Right.
Yeah. Why bother if you're going to use it just for crowdfunding or whatever it is? So that's why, to me, it's showing the market for refrigerated pizza dough, and you don't think there isn't any. It seems like maybe what would be intriguing to market, to me anyway, and maybe I'm just too old school too, is like, okay, why is this big? Okay, why is what you're going to do big? Okay, so actually if you say, hey, look at people buy X amount of frozen pizzas or whatever it is, and you see the growth of that and the volume and whatever, and then is there a way to hook after that is there, because that has to be billions, right? That what other things are people doing themselves like that? You know, I mean, is there something you can say? Yeah, I mean, everybody wants, you know, home stuff and, you know, fresh farm stuff, and you know, it seems like we're going to more like that. I mean, now with these people that send you, don't they send like dough and overnight on UPS for your meal now? You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that's the market that you could say you're hooking on. It is not so much the pizza dough market, because there isn't a frozen pizza dough market, so you can't show data, but the growth of this other kind of thing that people are doing at home more or something, you know?
Yeah. Right. Well, there's no question that I follow this stuff because I really am a pizza addict. You know, I love pizza.
Right.
And, it's pretty easy to prove that pizza really has become the #1 food in America. People really do absolutely love it. Our standards of quality for it have really risen.
Right.
People are much more
absolutely.
And the whole farm-to-table thing, cooking it themselves. There's no question there's a market for it out there. So I guess I'm not really sure how to answer the question, but I would say that I am seeing there's definitely an increase in higher quality frozen pizzas on the market. There's no question about that I'm seeing. So I'm thinking that's great, but you know what? Even those really good ones still don't top.
Yeah, I understand.
Really homemade pizza. So
No.
I mean, if you could buy a dough that would give you a pizza that you made yourself at home that really was every bit as good as almost any pizzeria around. Why not? Why couldn't that work?
Exactly,
That's kind of my angle, I guess.
and that's why I don't. You know, so I mean, God, I mean, why try to get data on refrigerated?
That's what they're asking for.
Yeah,
at the
but
SBDC.
that's. I mean, they don't know. You know,
Frankly,
they're not going to give you money.
yeah, I don't know. Quite frankly, at this point, I just feel obligated to finish this. Because
I see. Okay.
These good people have given me their time.
Yeah, I understand. Well, then you got to fudge it somewhere else to make it through. So that's why it's, you know, I would get the data, you know, and I assume market studies all the time, but this was 20, 30 years ago, so you can't trust me. But that's I'd make up data, you know. I'd say, okay, if extrapolate data, if data wasn't out there, if you go into number stores and see nothing similar in any of the big grocery stores, or even the specialty markets or something like that, and maybe talk to a distributor to, hey, is there any shit like this around? And that's also good marketing data for you to have, right?
Yeah.
Because, so in other words, maybe you do this as for your own marketing data, as selling yourself. Selling your stuff, 6 weeks for months from now, and then you'll have at least some interesting data to give the SBDC people. But you don't want to spend a couple $1,000 to somebody who's going to guess too. So if you went to some food distributors in the pizza and asked them, so you have a survey, you've talked to 12 people, that nothing like this around. Stupid, and then you just, for data, you show the data in the regular pizza business, how big that sucker is, and then maybe other indicators that you could find. I remember looking at chocolate for somebody recently, like the expensive chocolate that's growing in this country, not Hershey bars, but the real good stuff, that the growth in that, so and the farm to table stuff. I mean, there's got to be some industries that do that, and you could have some nice data on that, or just the gourmet pizza market, that how that is doing it. So what you're doing is really putting together, the gourmet thing. The pizza huge, gourmet is growing, so why don't we make great gourmet pizza at home, right?
Yeah.
And and there's no data going to tell you that because nobody's doing it yet. You're going to do it.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's kind of the beauty of it. I'm really feeling like I've really got to strike the iron while it's hot. Because,
Right.
There's no question there's a growing public interest in this, and I'm not seeing anybody doing what I want to do. I mean, I only just started to kind of lay on you what my whole big idea is.
Yeah.
We only had some time, but really, ultimately, I'm probably going to have to just build this piece by piece. But really, what I want to do is what I consider to be really the world's first really multi-dimensional food business, where I am interacting with people on the web. They're buying my books. I've got my products in the store. Maybe maybe it even gets to the point where I do like frozen pizzas, completed pizzas based on the suggestions of my fans that I build. Hey, let's do a pizza with this and that kind of thing. Or people on my website suggest it, and bam, there it is in the store. Nobody's ever done anything like that.
There's one thing that interests me. I interviewed some kids who had crowdfunding in Ohio, a small town, and what they took over a bar at lunchtime.
Yeah.
And did their crowdfunding out of that with some little pocket thing from Hawaii they're bringing over and trying to sell and things like that. And so the guy got the liquor, and he got the sales for the food and cooked the food and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's an interesting way, to have a restaurant only a little bit when you want.
Yeah.
And also it's a way to have a gimmick for a crowdfunding thing too. So just think if you were making this pizza, in I don't know where you are, Philly or where, I'm not sure where you. Yeah.
I'm in Michigan, Southwest Michigan, small town.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, so if you a small guy at a bar doing his pizza and a crowdfunding, so people taste it. Wow. And you get a shitload of local media just for doing that. That's what these young guys do.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, I mean, I would just work around it. Number one, don't spend thousands of dollars on doing any of that. Unless you really feel that guilty.
It's not even an option. I just don't even have it. It's not even an option.
And so, but the other thing, if you want to work on the data, I'd be happy to do that. I'm a data person, with the market study for the existing pizza. I mean, just showing the existing pizza market data and the other thing, and calling some distributors just so you don't feel guilty. Because if you talk to a half a dozen, pizza ingredient distributors, and they all say, yeah, there's nothing like that.
But where do I even get that sort of market data that's affordable? I don't even know where to get that.
No, you don't need affordable. You just need a list of distributors. Let me think that through. Send me an email, remind me, okay? Because that should be it, okay?
All right.
Okay, Randy?
Thank you very much.
Okay, you bet. Talk to you later. Thank you. Bye now.
Bye-bye.